Well, now, for 15 years, she's been unable to walk or talk. Christine Waddle from County Durham is Britain's longest survivor of locked-in syndrome. It's the same condition as Tony Nicholson, who died last month after an unsuccessful legal battle over assisted suicide. But Christine wants to live, and she's actually seeing the first signs of improvement in her condition. Well, tonight, Look North has her first broadcast interview with her. Our correspondent Mark Denton reports.
For 15 years, Christine has been like this. She can hear, she can see, she's as mentally alert as the rest of us. But since 1997, she's been paralysed and without speech. She answers my questions through her carer.
Before my stroke, I was full of energy. I loved to laugh. I can remember the day I had the stroke like it was yesterday. I was in bed and I didn't feel well. I collapsed. The phone was ringing, but I couldn't see properly to use it.
First, A, B, C, D, E.
Since then, Christine's had locked-in syndrome. Her carer, Carol, uses a special system so Christine can communicate.
We've got an alphabet board like this, and what we say is first line, second line, third line or fourth line, and whichever line Christine wants, she'll blink her eyes up. And then we go along that line, and whichever letter she wants, she blinks her eyes up. And then we just go along until we make a word and then a sentence.
Christine has the same condition as Tony Nicholson, who died last month after an unsuccessful legal campaign for assisted suicide. But Christine doesn't want to die. She says she has much to live for.
I still think he's right about you being able to end your life, but it's all down to the individual, how they feel. You just get used to it, so it's normal for me now. I can't explain how things like Facebook have improved my life. Just getting in touch with friends has improved my life. I also enjoy 2 vodkas a week.
For 8 years, Christine's condition didn't change. Now she can shake her head, move her toes, and she's convinced she'll recover.
After 8 years, I noticed my toes moving, and I just thought that if that can happen, anything can happen. I've always believed I will recover, just because I totally believe in myself and I really want it.
She's an inspiration to me. I just think she's a wonderful lady. How she can, after 15 years, and still laugh and carry on. It's just amazing.
And what's the very first thing you're going to do, Christine, when you recover?
Jump in the bath and then just do my hair and makeup the way I want it. Let me put it that way.
Mark Denton, BBC Look North, Pelton Fell, County Durham.
Great story of hope and courage there. Well, joining us now from our Sheffield studio is Kate Allett. 2 years ago, Kate also had locked-in syndrome, but she's now recovered and founded a support group fighting strokes for people who have the condition. So, Kate, what exactly happened to you?
Well, very similar to Christine, actually. A headache, a collapse, and a huge brainstem stroke. Was in a coma for 3 days. Nil by mouth for 6.5 months, didn't walk in a stroller until 7 months, fed by a stomach feed, had to have everything done for me. It was just the most undignified situation to be in.
So how did you manage to recover? Was it just a natural process?
No, well, I think for a long time I wanted to give up, roll over and die. I mean, in the acute phase in hospital. And then there was certain things that happened that made me feel that I had myself really to try and get better. I didn't know if it was going to get better. I was going to get better, but I had a point to prove. And my attitude to my predicament changed at about week 16. And I used to sit and will. And I really fought and wanted it when all the medics had written me off for a life in a nursing home.
Fantastic. I mean, you've written a couple of books as well about your experience. I mean, what does your story mean for someone like Christine, who we've heard from tonight?
Well, Christine discovered me on Facebook, actually. We're both addicts about 6 months ago, and I'm absolutely inspired by her. I think she's incredible. The fact she's got the motivation and the will is the most important thing. I try and inspire people through my charity and through both my books on Amazon, but at the end of the day, I can lead a camel to water, but unlike Christine, she wants to drink it as well, and she's making the results, and I mean, she's just proving the medics wrong. I mean, she set up her own GoFundMe website, and she's trying to raise her own money to get her own therapy. And something else I would just say quickly, this notion that a patient plateaus is really rubbish. Plateau just means the money runs out to help you get better.
Kate, Thank you very much for joining us.